Please remain standing for the posting of the colors. Post the colors.
Please be seated. I want to welcome everyone to this celebration of accomplishment. I am Dr. Randy Ryan, the 11th president of Chadron State College. Today, we gather for one of the oldest secular ceremonies in Western society, the conferring of academic degrees as a symbol of intellectual attainment. The robes we wear link today's ceremony with its medieval past and remind us of the importance of higher education. I am pleased so many of you could join us to celebrate our graduating class and to recognize the perseverance, hard work, and achievement of Chadron State College students. Please feel free to come forward to take pictures as you wish. We will begin this event with a moment of reflection to be delivered by Mr. Kevin Coy, Jr., Bachelor of Arts degree candidate. Kevin?
Good evening, and welcome to today's special event. I would like to take this time to send a warm welcome to the family, friends, faculty, staff, administration, and fellow graduates who are in attendance here today. If you would have told me 5 years ago that I would be speaking at my college graduation, I would have looked at you like you were crazy. Throughout the years at CSC, I have grown, learned, and faced many struggles. Those struggles included what path I wanted to pursue in life, to almost quitting football, the game that I knew and loved. During my redshirt freshman year, I tore my ACL and was ready to throw in the towel. My coaches, family, and friends told me to stick it out, and this year I had my best season and set new records. I've learned that in order to be successful in college and in life, it's not your situation that gives you a leg up, it's your mindset. Even when the sky is filled with clouds, just know the sun is always shining somewhere, so don't ever give up on yourself or your dreams. First, I would like to thank my parents for giving me my personal space. because we all know we need our personal space to transition from high school to college. It allowed me to grow and mature. Thank you to the CSC football program for giving me the opportunity of a lifetime, and my CSC family, AKA Project Strive, for always being supportive and listening and encouraging throughout my college career, and we all know I wouldn't have made it without those midterm breakfasts. Thank you to the Merchants, Dean Nitch, Nelsons, and the Lewis family for always being there. You have been a great support system, and you too did not give up on me even when times were tough. And finally, I would like to thank Taylor, who has graduated with me today. She has been my rock and my best friend throughout this adventure and the next one. When I came here from Florida 5 years ago, I never imagined myself to succeed the way that I have. Heck, I never even seen snow before. I have to give the credit to CSC and the community of Chadron for welcoming me and giving me a home away from home. There just aren't as many palm trees. To conclude, I would like to congratulate all of the CSC graduates. This is a major accomplishment for your life and your future. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. One last pass through the line there. We are gathered here today to honor graduates of the class of 2018. However, it is also important that we honor those people here today who have supported and encouraged you through the years. I would like to take a few minutes to recognize those people who made it possible for you to be here today. I would like to start by asking everyone in the audience who graduated from Chadron State College to stand and be recognized. CSC grads. In many cases, the graduates who will walk across the stage today are the latest generation from families of multiple generations of CSC graduates. For some of you, you have the distinction and the honor of being the first generation in your family to graduate from college. Now, would the parents of the graduates please stand? Parents? And please remain standing. Grandparents, would the grandparents of the graduates please stand and be recognized? Spouses, would the spouses of the graduates please stand? Children, would the children of the graduates please stand and be recognized? Aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters, sweethearts, please stand and be recognized. How about one more round of applause for all those people who made it possible for the graduates to be here today? The other very special people who have made it possible for the graduates to be here today are the faculty and staff of Chadron State College. Would the faculty please stand and be recognized, and please remain standing for a moment? Thank you. Would the staff please stand and be recognized? The people standing before you have dedicated their talent and time to make it possible what we celebrate here today. Thank you. Now I would like to introduce to you the distinguished individuals joining me as members of the platform party. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Mr. Gary Bagansky, Chair of the Board of Trustees of the Nebraska State College System. Dr. Charles Schnare, the Vice President for Academic Affairs. The Honorable Russell W. Harford, Nebraska's 12th Judicial District County Court Judge, sorry Russ, and today's commencement speaker. Ms. Melissa Mitchell, our Registrar. Please join me in a round of applause recognizing these distinguished individuals. It is now my pleasure to invite Mr. Gary Bagansky to the podium to bring official greetings from the Board of Trustees of the Nebraska State Colleges.
President Huynh, distinguished platform members, faculty, staff, alumni, graduates, family members, and friends. It is my honor to represent the Nebraska State College System Board of Trustees in this Chadron State College commencement ceremony. Many may see today as a sign of an end of a journey, of one journey, one marked by lectures, exams, late-night study sessions with friends, sporting events, and campus activities. We recognize all that hard work and dedication is necessary to get you to this point, and gratefully acknowledge the help that you have received from professors, members of your family, friends, and all of those who helped along the way. During your time here, you have done more than simply check a box to start a particular career. You have grown as a scholar, you have grown as a person, and you have developed a curiosity that will serve you all the rest of your life. But your journey is just beginning, thus the term commencement. And it is time to build on what you have achieved at Chadron State. You are our future, and you have the power to shape your communities and to inspire others. The ripple effects of your efforts will result in positive and long-lasting beyond what you can imagine today. As you take those first steps in your journey, there are a couple of things to think about. 5, everybody has a list, so just in case you didn't get one, you've got mine coming. Live with intensity. Stay focused on what you want to accomplish in life and strive to do better than the goals that you have set for yourself. Be your own best competition. Do what you love. Follow your passion, and you will be rewarded beyond your expectations. Grow, create, and inspire others to grow their passion. Continue to learn. Remain curious and continue to learn. Each question you ask is an opportunity to gain knowledge. Celebrate what you have mastered and what you have accomplished every day. Those things are stepping stones to a profound capability leading to understanding opportunities and acquiring additional knowledge. Work hard and don't give up. Don't underestimate the value of giving it your all. Undoubtedly, you will experience difficulties and failures, but failure is a powerful force, and through it we learn. So be fearless, resourceful, never let go of those inner strengths that propelled you to this point. And 5, and final, remember your roots. Many of you came to Chadron and Chadron State from other communities, places where working hard, being honest, and doing the right thing is expected and is of value. Those core values will take you far in your life. Congratulations to the class of 2018. You are part of a greater Chadron State College community, an affirmation known and brings pride to us. Congratulations to all the families who are here to witness this great moment in your lives and your loved ones. Congratulations to the friends and relatives for being here to make this event memorable. Let me give our combined best wishes to those young men and women who are here today and graduating. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Nebraska State College System, President Huynh, I invest you with the power and authority to grant degrees to these great graduates of our college. Thank you.
For the past 4 years, Judge Harford has been a key resource for Chadron State College senior social work students during the planning phase of their annual conference. He helps identify speakers in his professional network who are legal or criminal justice experts and provides other resources, information, and feedback. In 2017, Russ was influential in securing the Nebraska Court of Appeals hearing oral arguments on campus. It was the first event of its type at CSC, and he was pleased to see the Court of Appeals convene at CSC after convening at high schools and colleges in other parts of the state. He said he anticipates the Court of Appeals will return to the CSC campus. With the assistance of CSC legal studies professors, Dr. Lisette Leash and Dr. Mike Bogner, Russ was able to secure legal aid of a Nebraska kiosk in the King Library. The kiosk provides assistance to anyone with landlord, tenant, or credit debtor issues. He's a longtime member and past president of the Chadron Rotary Club and the treasurer of the Chadron Public School Foundation. This fall, Russ received the Distinguished Alumni Award in honor of his service to the campus, community, and his profession's accomplishments. Please welcome Judge Russell Harford.
Dr. Huynh, Mr. Bagansky, faculty and staff, parents, family, and friends of the graduates, and most importantly, this graduating class. It is a privilege for me to be able to give this commencement address. I have to admit that when I received the letter from Dr. Huynh asking me to make this presentation today, my first reaction was one of panic. I've never done anything like this before, and I wondered what would be appropriate to say at a college commencement address. In high school, I learned how to type on a manual typewriter. They hadn't invented the electric typewriter yet. So I'm not very technologically savvy, but I heard that you can find out how to do anything if you just go on the internet. So I Googled college commencement speech on the internet, hoping to find some ideas about what to say to a graduating class of college students. I was truly disappointed because the internet was not as helpful as I had hoped in identifying what it is I should say. It was helpful, though, in identifying the things I shouldn't say. I'll touch on those in just a bit. What the internet indicated was that a commencement speech should not be any longer than 10 to 15 minutes. Some sites recommended exactly 12 minutes. Apparently, if you speak longer than that, the audience loses its train of thought and zones you out. Maybe that's where this saying comes from. Your mind can only absorb as much as your butt can endure. Let me repeat that. Your mind can only absorb as much as your butt can endure. I've sat in these seats, I've sat in similar seats before, so in deference to your butts, I'm going to limit my comments to 15 minutes or less. As I sat on the couch, still holding the letter from Dr. Ryan in one hand and my iPad in the other, I thought back to my 3 college commencements. I don't remember anything that any of the speakers said at those graduations. I have 3 children who have a combined total of 5 college degrees. I've attended their graduation ceremonies, the graduation ceremonies for other family members and friends. I don't remember the content of any of those addresses either. At least at my own graduations, I was more concerned about getting my diploma, making sure it was signed, and being done with commencement so I could celebrate with my family and friends. I wasn't intent on listening to some old guy like me give advice or words of wisdom. Getting back to the internet cautioned about using cliches in my address. Sayings like, "This is the beginning of a new chapter in your life," or "The future belongs to you," or "This is your day," don't really have much to add to a commencement address, and they've lost their impact by overuse. While those sayings are applicable to your situation today, I'm not going to say any more about that. The internet did indicate that the general theme of a college commencement was to impart wisdom on you that would make you successful and happy. Already you have been successful. You are graduating with a degree from Chadron State College. You didn't accomplish this without hard work, motivation and focus, perseverance, and maybe a little bit of luck along the way. Each of those characteristics have served you well in the past and will continue to serve you well into the future. If you haven't already, you need to thank your parents, your family, and your friends for the support they have given you over the past years. Your parents and others that are significant in your lives have imparted on you the work ethic and dedication necessary for you to be successful in the future. You should thank the faculty for sharing their wisdom with you and believing in you when I'm sure at times they wondered if you would ever make it to this point. You should thank the college staff for helping you with various administrative steps you had to take along the way in your education, from financial aid, registration for classes, the food service, custodial staff, all of whom have contributed to you having a great learning experience in a great institution and facility. Lastly, and most importantly, you should be proud of yourself and give yourself a pat on the back for your efforts in obtaining a degree. Going forward from today, you already have the tools in your toolbox to be successful. You just need to continue to use those tools. Successful is a tremendously subjective concept. What makes someone successful to me might be completely different than your idea of successful. Some may think that being a CEO of a large company, having a lot of money, makes one successful. To others, being successful may mean a job that you find great satisfaction in doing, regardless of the pay. You might consider yourself successful if you have a family, or others being successful might mean respected by your colleagues or coworkers. Only you know what it's going to take to make you feel successful as you move forward with your life. At times, you may have to take risks to reach your goal of being successful. I wouldn't be here today had I not taken risks in my career. In 1975, I started working as a state trooper for the Nebraska State Patrol. I did that job for 10 years. I was stationed in Lincoln, Gordon, and here in Chadron. I was pretty content in that job. It had a decent salary. I was respected by most of the people in the communities where I lived, and it had a good retirement plan. I got satisfaction in helping others, usually in a time of need for those people. In the State Patrol, for the most part, in order to get promotions, you have to move around the state. I passed up a promotion opportunity that would have required that I move to Scottsbluff. Because my wife was still taking classes for her teaching degree here at Chadron State, I turned down that promotion. Moving would have complicated her finalizing that teaching degree. One day, while still working for the State Patrol, I got the bright idea that I wanted to go to law school. My plan was for me to attend law school and return to Chadron after I graduated. When I told my wife, who at that time had a good full-time job at the Child Development Center here at the college, her response was, "You what?" So after 10 years and a steady job with the State Patrol, I quit. I packed up my wife and our 3 children, who were ages 4, 7, and 9 at that time, and moved to Lincoln to go to law school. In law school, they recommend that first-year students don't work, so I didn't work during my first year of law school. My wife worked 2 and 3 part-time jobs to support us and our 3 children during my law school attendance. Fortunately, the risk paid off. I graduated from law school, moved with our family back to Chadron. I enjoyed 20 years of practicing law in the Northern Panhandle and have really enjoyed the past 10 years as a county judge. Had I not taken this risk, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to practice law in a rural area of the state or raise my children in Chadron. You may not be successful in all the risks you take. You shouldn't discontinue taking risks just because one you try doesn't work. Your life will be pretty mundane and ordinary if you're fearful of taking risks or you refuse to take another risk after failure at a prior one. As my mother said over and over as I was growing up, if at first you don't succeed, try again. I must have been a real failure in my childhood because I remember her saying that to me repeatedly. When I was practicing law here in Chadron, the late George Watson was one of my partners. Dr. Watson, as he was referred to here on campus, taught criminal justice and legal studies classes for many years. He was a mentor to many students and a respected colleague and friend to many of the faculty and staff. Dr. Watson was able to teach full-time and practice law nearly full-time and did an excellent job at both. I thought I would like to try doing both as well. We had a young associate attorney in the office that was able to help with any law business that we were not able to do ourselves. I had been an adjunct teacher both here at Chadron State and WNCC a number of semesters and really liked teaching young people. I think it was about 2008 or 2009, there was an opening for a full-time faculty member in the criminal justice department. I applied. As I understand it, I was one of 2 applicants that were interviewed. I was the applicant that did not get the job. I was disappointed, as it is in many situations where you get all psyched up, excited about something and envision doing that job, and then not get it. My self-esteem was deflated. They say that when a door closes, another door opens up. There actually was a silver lining in my non-selection. Approximately 9 months after being not selected, the county judge here in Chadron retired, and I was a successful person picked to take his place. The other positive that came from my non-selection is that CSC got a tremendous teacher in the other applicant. He is young and energetic. and has implemented many innovative classes in the criminal justice program. He and the other current faculty in that program have continued the tradition of Chadron State having the best criminal justice program in the state and the region. I've never thanked him for acing me out of the teaching position. I'm not sure he's here this afternoon, but Dr. Wada, if you are here, thank you for coming to Chadron State College and for the tremendous job you're doing for the college. Successful is a tremendously subjective concept, and so is happiness. What makes you happy may be different than what makes the person beside you happy. I'd be happy if I could ever figure out how to solve a Rubik's Cube. My suggestion to you would be for you to get involved in your community wherever you go. Most of you may be looking to relocate from Chadron or your hometown. Some of you may be off to graduate school or professional schools. Getting involved in your community or new school will increase your chances of happiness. When I returned to Chadron after completing law school, my law partners urged me to get involved in the community. They had a method to their madness. They believed that the more involved I was, the better my chances would be for recruiting clients for the law office. They also believed that being involved would increase my satisfaction and happiness and increase the likelihood that I would stay in Chadron. They were right. I joined the Chadron Rotary Club after arriving back in Chadron, got to know many of the business owners, other members of the club, and as well as a number of faculty and staff here at Chadron State who also are members of the Rotary Club. It only took an investment of 1 hour, 1 day a week for me to participate. I also served on the Chadron Planning Commission for a number of years. I had the pleasure of meeting the other commission members and knowing the employees and staff for the city of Chadron. I was also active in my church. Not only did I recruit new clients to the law office, I became friends with many of the people I recruited. It made me feel a part of the community and added to my happiness and success. It can do the same for you. Joining a service organization, being active in your church, holding a public office on the local level, being involved in volunteer organizations, or being active in school organizations, if you're attending graduate or professional schools, can have a tremendous impact on you and your success and happiness. You will feel like you're part of the community. I guarantee you will feel a sense of belonging. At the same time, you'll also be making contacts that may have benefit to you in the future. You've all heard of the adage, it's not what you know, but who you know. Like it or not, there's a lot of truth to that saying. By being active in your community, you are making contacts with people that ultimately could be your employer or could serve as references for a future career. The last wisdom I want to leave with you is an urgent request for you to treat everyone you come in contact with dignity and respect. Our country is more divided today than I've ever seen in my lifetime. It's not safe to go to church, school, country western concerts, video game competitions, or even hospitals without the threat of a mass shooting. The Republicans don't trust the Democrats don't trust the Republicans. As a result, there's a stalemate and nothing gets accomplished for the betterment of our country at a time when some action is desperately needed. Political animosity has spilled over to all facets of our society and fuels a distrust of everyone. About a month ago, one of the major news networks I saw reported that since 1 year ago, when there was the mass shooting in Las Vegas, over 300 people have been killed in our country by mass shootings. There have been at least 10 additional people killed since that news report. You can make a difference by treating everyone you come in contact with dignity and respect. You don't have to like the person. You don't have to agree with their thinking or their ideology. You can either politely disagree or silently disagree. You don't need to send homemade pipe bombs in the mail or go out and buy an AR-15 and go to their churches or their schools to settle the score or make a statement. Being a person with integrity is the most valuable asset you have. Don't let anyone take that from you. Let me conclude by saying that at least 6 times each month, I travel to Rushville for court. On my way, I listen to KSDZ Radio, which is a radio station out of Gordon and Valentine. I listen to this station because they play old country music, like Loretta Lynn, Conway Twitty, Merle Haggard. My parents were country music fans, and they listened to these songs as I was growing up. Jim Lamley is the owner of the radio station. Each day, at the end of the live portion of the broadcast, and before the pre-recorded songs and ads start, Mr. Lamley says over live radio, and I quote, "Each person you meet today will be fighting a secret battle that you know nothing about. Be kind to everyone you meet." By following that advice, you can make a difference. George Saunders, the American writer, recently gave the commencement address at Syracuse University, where he's on their faculty. He stated during that address, "What I regret most in life are failures of kindness. Those moments when another human being was there in front of me suffering, and I responded sensibly, reservedly, and mildly." My suggestion to you is that you not just respond mildly, that you make kindness a priority in your life. You may never know you've made a difference in someone's life, but if you are kind to everyone you meet, you may be the person that saves someone's life or prevents the next mass killing. You and your efforts at kindness may be the impetus our country needs to reverse the divisiveness that exists today. You will be a better person. As Mark Twain once said, kindness is the language that the deaf can hear and the blind can see. It's been my privilege to be here today. I wish each and every one of you success and happiness in your future endeavors. Use the tools in your toolbox. Don't be afraid to take risks. Be involved in your community. Treat everyone with dignity and respect, and be kind to everyone you meet. Thank you, and congratulations on your degree from Chadron State College.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty, the staff, and the students, thank you, Judge Harford, for this inspirational address. Captain Scott Mullis, would you come forward for the military commissioning?
Thank you, Dr. Snare. President Ryan, distinguished guests, faculty, and family, and graduates, I'm honored to present the Chadron State Commissioning Ceremony for the fall of 2018. As I look at the graduates today, I see several familiar faces that have worked diligently for their degrees. Congratulations to you all. I wish you all the best of luck and hope our paths will cross again one day. For Cadet Sam Vanderheiden, I'm proud of the accomplishments and leadership that he has provided to this school and this program. It has been an honor to watch him develop over the past couple years. Today's ceremony will include a commissioning oath, pinning, and his first salute. For the sake of time, please hold your applause until the end of his salute and his introduction. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name, having been appointed an officer in the United States Army, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Nebraska against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the Governor of the State of Nebraska, that I make this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Second Lieutenant in the Army National Guard of the state of Nebraska, upon which I'm about to enter. So help me God. Pinning on Lieutenant Vanderheyden's bars are his mother, Lori Trowbridge, and his brother, Nick Vanderheyden. After commissioning, Lieutenant Vanderheyden will serve in the Nebraska Army National Guard in the engineer branch. The tradition of the silver dollar salute dates back to the earliest days of the United States Army. This honored tradition calls for a newly commissioned second lieutenant to give a silver dollar to the first enlisted soldier who salutes them. This coin represents the symbolic receipt of respect due to the newly earned rank. It also signifies a deep sense of gratitude for the knowledge, mentorship, and lessons that enlisted soldiers, especially NCOs, have passed on to them during their training. This acknowledgement from one professional soldier to another welcomes them into the service. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you the newest second lieutenant in the United States Army.
Thank you, Captain Mullis, and congratulations, Lieutenant Vanderheyden. During today's commencement, we should recognize those students who are graduating with academic honors. In recognition of their outstanding academic achievement, they are wearing medallions. Please note that those students graduating cum laude have attained a cumulative grade point average of 3.6 to 3.74. Those graduating magna cum laude have a grade point average of 3.75 to 3.89. And those graduating summa cum laude have a grade point average of 3.9 to 4.0. Would all honors graduates please rise and be recognized? Please be seated. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Applied Science degree please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree please rise and remain standing? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Education degree please rise and remain standing? President Ryan, upon the recommendation of the faculty, the chairs of the department, and the deans of the school, I recommend to you these candidates for conferring upon them their baccalaureate degrees.
Thank you, Dr. Snare. By virtue of the authority vested in me as president of Chadron State College by the Board of Trustees of the Nebraska State Colleges, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon you the degrees of Bachelor of Applied Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Science in Education, with all the rights, privileges, benefits, and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
Graduates, you may now move your tassels to the left. will be presented in the order in which the student's name appears in the program. Please come forward to accept your diploma. Family members, please feel free to come forward for photographs. Jessica Blair Applegarth. Judith K. Gracer. Michael Robert Raker. Samantha Smith. Alane Anderson. Troy Arnold. Ethan Elgin Burkt. Maggie Bolliard. Lauren Bronson. Tori Natalia Brumbaugh, cum laude. Garrett Ray Brunson. Miles Antonio Busby. Xander Casillas, cum laude. John Jens Matthew Casimiro. Dakota Lynn Clough, cum laude. Carissa Cornelius. Kevin Donnell Coy Jr., cum laude. Dylan David Michael Culp. Shania Rose Denaire. Kyra Delgado Demas. Alyssa Faden. Cody James Philippi. Adam Fusilier. Tyler Jacob Grumbles. Justin David Harkless. Stacy Elizabeth Haift. Kristen Carter Holsey. Elena Michaela Ann Heiberg. Crystal Nicole Kesselring, magna cum laude. Deanne Kazire. Jessica Lee Klein. Tyler Koki, cum laude. Michelle Elizabeth Latowski, magna cum laude. Taylor James Lackey. Jessica K. Lovett. Sierra Jessica Martinez. Josh Matolka. Sean McKimmey. Dean Edward Michelle, summa cum laude. Elizabeth O'Connor, magna cum laude. Brooke Ellen Peterson. Alexander James Rawlings. Carrie Ruff. Josie Seidler, cum laude. Sarah Spencer. Jade Spring. Christovia Strothide, cum laude. Trace Strothide, magna cum laude. Rachel Andrea Tate, cum laude. Kyle Kristen Temple, cum laude. Jacob Dakota Voris, magna cum laude. Stephen Watson. Rebecca Wignall. Lisa Wilson. Brianna Wilson, cum laude. Dalton Jaspers Zimmerman, cum laude. Courtney Page Burnett. Devin Dibburn, cum laude. Emily Ann Hyman. Joel Anthony Milos, magna cum laude. Cheyenne Anu. Libby Ann Olson. Jedediah Rice. Sam Vanderheiden. Riley Joe Blumenkamp. Paige Marilyn Bush, magna cum laude. Chasen Eugene Cole. Crystal K. Cooper. Michaela Ferguson. Joseph Gertner, magna cum laude. Cassandra Ann Gomez, magna cum laude. Troy James Gregory, magna cum laude. Jordan Marie Hagedorn, cum laude. Ashlyn Elizabeth Hanson, summa cum laude. Savannah Jackson, magna cum laude. Rebecca Kraxberger, magna cum laude. Michaela Joy Kreider. Bailey Marie Ann Linier, magna cum laude. Holly Ann Marker, cum laude. Kimberly Dawn Merrill, cum laude. Taylor Adele Merchant, magna cum laude. All right. Patricia Miller. Kyla Money, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Sarah Overa. Chelsea Powell, cum laude. Dakota Joshua Rice. Lindsay Sharp, summa cum laude. Chandler Sundbeck. Austin Wright. Let's have a final applause for the class of 218.
Before we conclude today's commencement exercises, I would like to recognize and thank a few individuals who have contributed to this event. Dr. Timothy Anderson, our faculty marshal and professor of business. Our two student marshals, Ms. Elizabeth Rotherham. Elizabeth is a member of Chadron State College chapter of Cardinal Key National Honorary Sorority. And Mr. Joel Schroeder. Joel is a member of the CSC chapter of Blue Key Honorary Fraternity. Mr. Kevin Coy Jr. for providing the opening moment of reflection. Mr. Coy graduated today with a Bachelor of Arts degree and is from Davenport, Florida. The student providing the closing moment of reflection is Ms. Tori Brumbaugh from Gering, Nebraska. Ms. Brumbaugh graduated today with a Bachelor of Arts degree. The ROTC Color Guard, Callie Talbert, Mitchell Parrish, Calvin DePriest, and Colton Alexander. Blue Key members, Patrick Cassidy, Lucas Kluber, and Lance Straczynski, along with Cardinal Key members Delaney Boxa, Ashley Goad, Kimberly Hernandez, and Katie Reed, who served as ushers. Music was provided today by the CSC Wind Symphony under the direction of John Wojcik, Associate Professor of Music. I would also like to recognize Ms. Carrie Gaswick, Vice President for Administration and Finance, Mr. Alex Helmbrecht, Director of College Relations, Ms. Tina Cook, our Marketing Coordinator and Photographer, Mr. Jacob Brissler, Student Alumni Council Advisor and the Alumni Council Volunteers, Ms. Melissa Mitchell, our Registrar and the Records Office staff, and Ms. Shelley Johns, Coordinator of Conferencing. One last item before we go is that I would like to invite everybody to a reception on the mezzanine up above at the conclusion of today's event. And now, Ms. Tori Brumbaugh will give the closing moment of reflection. Tori graduated today with a Bachelor of Arts degree. Tori?
Hello, class of 2018 and all of those in attendance. To begin, I would like to say thank you to my support system, to my amazing friends who truly mean the world to me and have filled my days with laughter, to Dr. Shonda French Collins and Mr. Michael Kennedy for pushing me to my potential and setting high standards, and to my mom, my dad, and my family, those who are in attendance today and those watching online at home. You made me weird and I love you for it. I put off writing this speech for a while, which isn't surprising because I put off writing most things in college. But honestly, how do you encapsulate 3.5 years of a college experience and relate that to an entire class of students whose experience was probably different than yours? If you read my senior piece in my local newspaper, I was a music education major who wanted to go to either Black Hills State University or the University of Wyoming. Things change. But over my time at CSC, I have served several roles, such as resident advisor, cheerleader, Taco John's employee, president of the Public Relations Club, editor of the Eagle newspaper, advising director for the big event, choreographer at Chadron High School, friend, daughter, and student. I can gladly say that I am not the person I was when I moved into Kent Hall my freshman year. And if you told little freshman me how hard it is to reverse the freshman 15, that she would be graduating in 3.5 years and help run an entire newspaper, she would have run crying. Each role has served a different purpose in developing who I am. Panic is the first thing that comes to mind when I think about closing this chapter and moving on. However, to contradict myself, I am not scared to graduate, and neither should you be. The question, what do you want to be when you grow up, has always frustrated me, as if grow up is this finite point in time. Am I grown up when I receive my diploma? Am I grown up when I buy my first house? Am I grown up when I'm 26 and finally kicked off my parents' insurance? We, as people, are constantly redefining ourselves. Everything must run its course. Relationships, jobs, your time in a certain town, even that period where you poorly bleached your hair. You are not a failing grade, a job, or a mistake you have made. You have the ability to define who you are. Society will put you in a box and map out a timeline to make you feel like a failure for not reaching its impossible goals. It is okay to not know what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do what feels right. Sometimes you have to throw away the big picture entirely and look at your first step, because the chances are it may lead you on a different journey. Maybe that's why at this moment, I am okay with my plan being not having a plan. My role model, my mom, she's sitting over there, had me at the age of 18, yet she was not just a teenage mother. She got a bachelor's degree in business, married an amazing man, worked very hard. Time blessed me with 2 more siblings. With 3 kids, a full-time job, and a business to help run, she didn't settle. Instead, she went back to school to pursue nursing. After years at Regional West Medical Center in Scottsbluff, she is currently redefining herself and is now an instructor at WNCC and working on her master's. She took risks, she worked hard, and as the most stubborn person I know, she never let anything define her. What a grand idea it is to think that we will all leave CSC with a full-time job, with full benefits, and immediately reap the rewards of years of hard work. Sadly, I know this is not the case. If the thought of walking out those doors still brings a pang of panic to you, I am here to tell you that things will be tough, things might get weird, but I have faith that it will work out, and you should too. Do not limit yourself, for you are more capable than you may think. We as people are constantly evolving. Our goals between now and 5 years from now may be drastically different, so don't be afraid to roll with the punches. Good luck, graduates, and congratulations. Thank you.
Would everyone please rise and remain standing for the recessional as the faculty and the students exit. We are now adjourned.